Trying to do this reading has been so troublesome. My tripod thingy broke. The webcam I was using was not functioning anymore at all. So you're on my cell phone on top of a dolphin stand because this thing broke. So bear with me until Amazon delivers the new tripod. First card out, ecstasis. We're just gonna keep pulling cards and letting the energy speak first. Okay. Holy shit. Okay. We'll take them. So, do you hear that? All right. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this reading, but if I do, the message here basically is, did you just hear that outside? Someone just said, do you want to come over here to get out of the wind? And then the car just honked over there. So we got the collective message being a union between two energies, one of yours, one of someone else. And this other person is sincere but afraid. But there's deep emotions with this other person towards you, and for you towards them. There is a lot of family heritage between you two. The roots between you and this person go really deep. You've had multiple lifetimes together, some not being very pleasant, some being absolutely pleasant. But in each lifetime, both of you have come back to who you truly are yourselves by coming in contact with each other's light and shadow. And then with the fairy godmother right underneath, the fairy who was kissed by the pixies under ecstasis. This is something that is predestined for you. This connection with someone who, it's more than just a friendship. Even if all you two, like you and this other person in this reading, are just friends, there is way more than just friendship between you two. You might have been more than friends in another lifetime, but things went in different directions so that you can see clearly each other's shadow through the roots that connected you two. The fairy guide being here is like a message that only you know. It's something that you look into and only you see. It's the infinite possibilities of things yet to come and things that have happened that you've lived through with this person in explosive ways, in simple ways, and loving ways, and in really destructive and manipulative ways. So you've covered the gambit with this person, whomever they are to you. There does not seem to be a message of someone returning that was gone for a long time, or that a separation of some kind occurred. It's not like a reunion between exes. It goes beyond the titles. It goes to the core of yourself and that person. It goes beyond the labels. It goes beyond the bonds. This is something that is from your soul and theirs coming together, the masculine and the feminine, the blue and the red. This applies within yourself as well as outside of yourself, because we have the oak men, which are, regardless of the meaning of the card, what the message here is being represented as through this card is that no matter how you look at this person cares about you. See it? There's deep, deep connections between you and this individual. And there's also been deep, deep, deep betrayal. And regardless of how many times you've tried to cut cords with this person has kept coming back into your energy, your thoughts, your life, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, your clarity. They have been the catalyst that has gotten you to look inward, not only to find the best friend within, but to also see that all wisdom is balanced with knowledge, and knowledge with wisdom, intellect with insight and empathy. Everything is connected. So regardless of how much negativity you've experienced, there has been equal, if not greater, amounts of positivity throughout the time stream and the soul pattern of your lineage with this person. So you're being asked to today in this collective new moon reading. By the way, this reading is being recorded on, I tried to start it at 2:12 p.m. It is 2:43 p.m. now. And it's on November 15th, 2020. And right now it's 7 minutes and 50 seconds into the video. So we got those numbers, whatever they may mean to you. Over here, there's a this card peeking through. Mike the Myomancer. You've been through so much with this person, and I know it's difficult to find the archetype of the great mother within regarding the situation that has caused you to cut things off of you and from you, to go within and render null and void excuse me, any contract you had with this person. You've attempted to sever the bonds that have connected you so that you can start your own life in a different direction, with your own connections intact to your own self, like your mind, body, and spirit being in alignment. And regardless of how much you've done this, they have been brought back into your life. You see how this is like, regardless of which way you're going, Taylin the Sylph is always turning things around. She's making it go from this way to this way. So you've tried to cut them out because of reasons, but those reasons were part of the deals and contracts you've made from prior generations, which go beyond the timeline you're on into other timelines that you two are connected, where you're happy together. So if you're attempting to sever the bonds in this connection, you're being told that those connections will also be severed in another direction, which then brings you to becoming the villain in the story of the other versions of you that are existing. So in order to find the balance between, to find the clarity, and the best friend within, the wisdom within. You got to find the mother archetype within and let it explode from you so that you can move forward through that gate of resentment, of anger, of denial, of feeling stuck and trapped by someone else's energy. Because you're not stuck and you're not trapped. You're being asked to look at things from a perspective of I'm being shown a grandmother with her hands folded on her lap, and she's sitting there with a blanket, and she's just smiling while her grandchildren are explaining their relationship troubles to her. And what I'm hearing her say, like as if it's an emotion within me, like she's saying this to me, but I'm saying this to you, so it's like a conduit message that no matter what happened, those memories that you cherished at one point, those present moments that occurred. Remember this himself card. This is always, to me, this always brings us back to the present moment, to yourself. So those things that happened brought you to yourself, regardless of the light that they were brought to you in or the dark. So if you look at it from the wisdom of the crone, from the wisdom of the mother, and the wisdom of the lily cat, would you hold a grudge and feel justified in your pain? Would holding your pain up and lighting the light, like shining the light of truth on your pain and saying, I was so wronged in this lifetime that I cannot let go and justice must prevail and these cords must be cut. I'm done with this person. Is that the path you want to go? Or do you want to flip things around, reconnect with your future self, for example, that has been through all of it and is, sitting there at the end of time looking back at all of your life as a gift? To have compassion for the other versions of you that are having better experiences so that you can move forward in your life now without having to cut anything out. You're just simply above the need to be wronged. It's almost like you're immune to being hurt. Like nothing this person could do could ever hurt you worse than you've already been hurt. So you may as well just let it go and move on with your life instead of wanting to sever connections and rend the tapestry of your connections with this person. Who knows what's going to happen, in the next 5 minutes while you're sitting there wanting to King of Swords or Queen of Swords, these roots and vines that have gone so deep, that are beyond your current comprehension of how important they actually are. So to go back into the center of who you are and look at things in a different way and not just accept what happened, but to grow beyond the need to even let it go. Like it's done. There is nothing for you to even cut loose anymore. The story you were holding on to doesn't exist in this part of this tapestry. So the vine that was over there and you thought was so horrible now is just covered in this, beautiful growth of life. And maybe, just maybe, the message being shown to you is that the connections you had with this character who was very not vibrating at their highest potential. Maybe that connection you had with this person that went wrong, that needed to be cut out, that silence needed to be had and distance needed to be gained, another direction needed to be taken from this energy. Maybe that was exactly what was supposed to happen to have you realize and accept within yourself that the problems of the Muggle world don't need to taint and tarnish the heart you possess within you. So regardless of how much this energy rears its head in your life, you're being shown the clarity to handle it with more grace, instead of rushing towards the sword. The sword in this situation is being used to give you the clarity to realize that an empress, a goddess, doesn't bow herself or even allow a reaction within herself towards those things that claw at her feet to bring her down. What she would do instead is send light to that dark, to illuminate it, and have it realize that it is still a part of the grand, the grand whole, the grand plan, the grand tapestry, the absolute of the infinity and eternity of what life really is. Even the dark belongs there. But it's not permanent. It was never permanent. And the things that you experience in that life, remember, we're looking at things through the filter of the Great Mother. We're not looking at things through the filter of a human or a person who has been wronged. We're looking at the entire collective of what happened. So there was a union, there was love, there was greatness, there was connections, there was exchanges of energy and wisdom and life experience. Memories were made, directions and choices were taken. Best friends were brought and gone, and at some point, life went back to square one. Or did it? It's almost as if you're being shown that everything you went through has been the catalyst for who you're becoming. And the person you are and the person you'll be is not the person who walks through this gate of your present moment into the moment of your future, which is the next moment. So each present moment is technically your future self, and you're bringing that into manifestation with the song you're playing in your mind and your heart. And if that song is one of immaturity and just being, less than the goddess or god that you are, it will only bring you more blockages in your life. You won't be able to go further in your spiritual evolution if you're still looking at the dark within others and yourself as something to be healed. It's not there to be healed. It's there to show you that it's a choice. Deep down inside, it is a choice to hate yourself. It is a choice to hate others. It could be programmed from different generations. It could be in your DNA. It could be a soul contract that you've made. It could be some energy that's stagnant from another time in life or another experience of life. And in this experience, you're being asked to transmute it. Not from negative to positive, because there's no phoenix here. Not from light to dark. Not from, dark to light. You're being asked to look at it through a different lens altogether. One where you're not trying to change it. You simply see it for what it is. And you choose your next direction based on intelligence, wisdom, and the unconditional love and confidence and integrity of someone that knows that it's more important to be a better person for yourself than it is to feel vindicated or justified in your suffering because of someone else. It's almost like a test of your ego. Can you overcome the ego within to realize that that ego has been a part of you surviving and living and thriving in this physical expression of life and the melody of you? This is heavy, you guys. This is really heavy. This feels like someone's on the verge of a transformation in life, and the energy they're holding on to has been dragging them down. It also feels like there has been a skewed sense of perception regarding what actually happened. Like what you thought happened, what really happened, are two completely different things. Because the eyes that were looking at that lens, at that experience, weren't eyes of light. They were eyes of resentment, of anger, betrayal, of toxicity, of, terrible, terrible behavior that is vibrationally damaged. And the clarity you're being asked to exhibit in this situation is, if you're looking at this individual right here, this soul shrinker, who took from you and diminished you in a way that had you feeling like you're nothing but a blank slate, with like no one was on your side, like the devil wasn't around every bush hiding just to pick on you. That energy, if this energy is at its lowest vibration, wouldn't its highest vibration be something more like that? Or like this? I just got a sensation of like this visual sensation of a goddess being degraded down to the level of this. But deep down inside, you knew, or this person knew, that they're so much more than this. But life had given them so many experiences that turned them into this, that they became this. And you're being asked to see the clarity in it, like to not try to cut this part of yourself out of you, but to raise its vibration through the balance of the masculine and the feminine, with the earth, with the wisdom. Lily, can you not scratch those boxes, please? Thank you. I have a ton of boxes over here because I'm moving, and she loves going to scratch every single one of them all the time and knock them down on herself. Luckily, they're all empty, and she's fine. She just likes to be a little daredevil. All right. I think this is pretty clear, isn't it? Let me put you back here for a minute and clean this up, because this really, if I'm going to sum this up and give you the, too long did not read version, someone's being brought back into your life, and before you can see them clearly, you're going to see all the pain they caused you first. This could be yourself, a version of yourself that you hid from. This could be someone you were with in a past life that's coming to your life now, and you're meeting them for the first time. Or it could be someone that you knew in this life that hurt you, or that you hurt. So they're not the same person anymore. You're not the same person. So do not hold what happened in your situation towards this person. Don't be the soul shrinker in your own fairy tale. Bottom of the deck again, soul shrinker, guardian of the gate. The way you perceive this will determine which direction you go in. So what you perceive this person to be is a complete narcissist. And regardless of how they've expressed themselves in the past, or how you expressed yourself in the past, because a narcissist is almost always attracted to narcissistic or victim energy. So it's like a shark. So people get wounded, and then a narcissist gets attracted to them when this person is in a wounded state. and then they give each other this, like, you know, messed up, you know, vampire and non-vampire energy, where they just go back and forth loving and hurting each other. And maybe this was a narcissistic relationship you were in, with a soul shrinker and this being involved. The sun popping out twice now, telling you that what you perceived isn't how it was. What you felt is how you felt, and it's totally valid. But the lens you were perceiving it from was, it's almost like the genre of the movie you lived prior to this moment was one of a dramatic, sad love story. But the genre is being changed now. See? So it's going from a dramatic, sad love story to being something that you have no idea yet. Everything that you experience is being undressed in a way where this narcissist could very well be the emperor for you. But because you're the empress, what you perceive in the other person is dark. Or, you know, if you're the dark queen, you perceive the light king to be, you know, scary and evil. Lily. Quit it. You're being a brat. What do you want? No. I'm busy. You gotta shoo away for like a few minutes. A few more. You have food, it's right there. What do you want? Well, I don't know what that is. Lily is a great example of this. Incessant meowing for no freaking reason because she wants something, but when you give her attention, she just goes away and says, I never wanted it in the first place. It's kind of like that. Like that immature, you know, irritating kind of bratty energy. You've perceived it in one way, but it's actually in a completely different way, and you're being shown that this different way of looking at things isn't actually as bad as you thought it was. Because you're going through a stage of healing, which means it's going to hurt and it's going to feel weird, but once that healing is done, you're going to have a lot more courage in yourself and your capacity to discern right from wrong. Because you'll see the friend in people before you see, you know, you'll see the friend in people regardless of how they portray themselves. It's almost as if you trust yourself so much, and you trust your ability to heal and recover and be strong enough in your own self that it doesn't matter how people present themselves to you. You're unshakable. Regardless of how much they try to shake your world up and down, you know yourself. And you won't be shaken. So when they come to you and bring this sad loop-de-loop stuff, you're like, nah, I'm out. I'm double out. I'm so out. You know, look at this. And this is from like the collective message to you, to yourself. Look at the soul shrinker within yourself in a different way. What if the soul shrinker in you is this part of you that's been trying to break free from all the negative self-talk you give yourself? And this negative self-talk has only been negative because it's reminding you that you're actually this. Like this is this, but you've ignored this for so long it's turned into this. So it started ruining your life so that you can change your life and improve it and ignite your own passion towards yourself so that you can transform your entire being, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, romantically, with nature and life itself. If you were harnessing this energy, think about this for a minute. Someone like Lily, Lord have mercy. No, go ahead. I want everybody to see this. No, go. Go on. No, go. It's okay. It's totally okay. Go. I fully support your daredevil exhibitions. Go. Go on. Do it. You know you wanna. Well, you gotta. I totally approve of it this time. Well, say hi to the world. All right. Would you think that this energy would ever belittle herself in a way where she would let someone else know exactly how deeply she was not damaged or broken or hurt or any of that stuff? But like, do you think she would ever lose her composure in the regards of using, you know, the way I'm seeing this is like two people fighting over the stupidest shit. And they're both gods, right? They're both these classy people like the emperor and the empress, and they're pointing the finger at each other, fighting, and I'm seeing this over toothpaste. And their facial features, their body behavior, their energy keeps degrading and degrading and degrading while they're complaining at each other for nothing. It's like they're holding empty air in their hands, throwing it at each other, and both of them are being damaged by it. But neither of them is realizing that underneath all of it, there's like this deep connection between the two. So it's like your shadow self sabotaging your light self because your shadow knows you're this, but you've been acting like this. See? 11, 11. It's time to take this part of you and love the fuck out of it. Because that part of you is what this one's missing. And what this one's missing is what the other one has. Like what this is missing, this guy has. What this guy's missing, this one has. And they can't like look eye to eye to each other because they're both like, well, you know, this one has this problem, that one has that problem. So if we're going to look at these two as issues, someone has self-esteem issues and the other one has such deep down unawareness of themselves and their capacity to love that they've distorted their behavior towards others into, now she's trying to climb the walls, okay, into a narcissistic behavior. Fucking cats. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm picking up on something else and I'm gonna get this. So you're getting the gist of this, right? This collective message. Some energy, whether it's external or internal, is being returned back to you. Obviously, you get it, the singer of intuition. Something is being brought back to your awareness and you're being asked to look at it in a way where you're not going to be judging it, criticizing it, resenting it, or holding things against it. Okay? Whatever that is, it's suffered enough, it's been through enough, and you don't get to decide how much more it suffers. You're simply being asked to carry the grace and poise of the singer of intuition, where you know that deep down underneath it all, there is a current of love and the spark of God in everybody. So put the fear aside and just let people play the story out for you. Let it play out. Like how Lily's playing right now. It's going to seem chaotic. It's going to seem very weird and maybe even scary to you at some point. There seems to be a lot of darkness here and a lot of, very thin light coming through. but it's coming through in every different angle. So if this is your chakra system, which one of your entire being, which part of you currently has blockages? Self-expression, your compassion and empathy. You have a lot of confidence and, bravery or ego, but your passion and your sensuality seems to be a little skewed. Then you go into the fear of money and finances in the physical world, and then it goes poof. It's like there's a blockage there. And that blockage, the right side up triangle, you see that? Made of darkness. It's like you have a skewed perception of the masculine energy within you or around you. Maybe it could have something to do with leadership. This is something only you know. 7, a number of faith and the divine within. You're guided and guarded and protected. So put the fear aside and look at the situation with the eyes of the bright mother. What is the stuff in your life trying to teach you? And when you ask yourself that and you get a surface answer, go deeper. Don't accept the first 20 answers you hear. Keep digging. Not with your thoughts, but with the foundations, the 4 elements within you: earth, air, fire, water, and then again the 7. So we go from 4 elements to the 5th one, connecting with the 2 of the masculine and feminine in the balance of faith. See things clearly, not with fear, not with judgment or unforgiveness. Wipe the slate clean. And you wipe the slate clean by flooding your body with the chemicals that are produced by feeling gratitude for 16 seconds. So hold, be grateful for something for 16 seconds. Let it be. Just let it be. Whatever the past was, leave it be. The past would not have hurt so much if there wasn't that much love there. The distance wouldn't be so great if there wasn't such a desire to be close. The ability to self-sabotage wouldn't be so grand if your ability to self-build wasn't so profound. You've been focused on the entropy and destruction side for too long. It's time to see what you can create. You're also being asked to start composting your waste, your fruit bits, the pieces of coffee grains and stuff. Put them in your garden. If you don't have a garden, get a bucket from the dollar store and put some sticks and leaves and stuff in there and make your own compost pile. Take care of some plants. Nurture life. Learn to go get a rose bush and learn to prune it. Take care of it. Learn to nurture life instead of complaining about the past and death. Lily, I don't care how cute your meow is. You stop that right now. You stop it right meow. Yes. You're so annoying. I'm gonna wear you like a hat. I'm gonna. Like a scarf. Yeah. Where'd you go? Come here. Warm my tootsies. Sit on my tootsies like a good little cat. My feet are cold. Do it. Do it. Give me this tail. Give me this tail. That's not your tail. Okay, let me get one tarot card and then we'll be done. Because I feel like I keep going over the same thing. but the message seems to be really clear. Just I it's almost as if I'm being asked to keep repeating it from a different perspective and in a different wording so that you really see the image being pointed at. It's like I'm trying to describe something to you that I can't describe other than describing what's around it first. The High Priestess in reverse. You could be confused, and that's okay. That was a big bunch of cards. Wow. The High Priestess, the Devil, the Strength, and the Sun card in reverse. 4 major arcanas in reverse. Is this entire deck in reverse? Okay. Do you see how topsy-turvy this is? So if we're going to read these right side up real quick, you already know that even the devil was an angel. You know this. You have the strength inside you to let all the past bullshit go and to just be in your own strength now. To be that leader within yourself. To take up the reins and the chains that the devil wields and take them for yourself. To tame that is what I'm trying to say. You're not bound by the devil. The devil is a part of who all of creation is. That negative energy, that three-dimensional existence, it's a part of who you are. You can't run from it, and you can't be, integrating spiritually by trying to escape this. You can't be Persephone and hate Hades. You can't tame the lion, but complain when the lion bites you. You can't stand in the sun, but then complain that it's too hot or too bright. You can't look into the depths of the universe and then say that it's inaccurate or that it's wrong or that you're never going to get it. Things are working out for you, absolutely. This is a lot of major arcana. 4, like, boom, right there. Your life is about to change drastically for the better, and you're being asked to raise the standard of what you perceive to be maturity. Whatever you think is the epitome of the most mature, dignified version of yourself. Utilize this energy on yourself. Be the negative self-talk to yourself, but do it to see where you need to improve for yourself. Where are you weak? Where are you sabotaging your life? And how can you turn that sabotage into support? How can you turn the venom into medicine within you? How can you turn that anger, that fire, that destructiveness into warmth and comfort? How can you take the mysteries and make them into material items that benefit the whole? Look at the armor she